not pay their taxes to you. And it's all about the system. Do we have a working system in Nigeria?
All about the system.
It's all about the system.
Is it working?
A working system in Nigeria?
Is it working? That's the big question. We'll take your text messages and phone calls. We need to get your honest opinion and views about the situation and how we can change that.
Also, I feel like it's becoming too common because most of the cases are from South Africa.
Yes, most of them are from South Africa.
The government
and Ghana is beginning to also take
same pattern. Sit down with the South African government.
It was first of all tax xenophobia.
Exactly.
But now it's looking like it's xenophobia against only Nigerians.
Because, no offense to Nigerians, when it's a compliment. When they go somewhere, they make sure, they overwork do their business. They work, yes. They take almost all.
They do any job and all the job.
Exactly. So I think probably South Africans are, they're scared of them or they feel threatened by Nigerians. But that doesn't mean you should kill or harm.
I don't even have a problem with them if they feel like that's how they want to vent their thoughts by carrying out violence. Now, my question is, our government,
yes,
what are you then doing to their government?
Exactly.
America would say we're increasing tariff. Donald Trump, trade wars with Iran. The moment your security threats or certain things, see what's happening with Iran now.
Yes.
And all of this started because of trade wars. Look at what happened with China, all right, Huawei and the rest of them, and see how they let you understand that, hey, our people first. In fact, now they're investigating Face app.
Yes.
Everybody's using our Face app. And they are saying, we think this is something else that would cause, that is being used one way or the other to make our people to get. So, yes, they're investigating. Do we have that value for our people to that level to see that, first of all, every single Nigerian, wherever he or she is taken care of and well protected, and the government has laws that are effective enough to see that when you present your your passport and they see the Nigerian passport, there's a respect that comes with it. There's the fear that if you harm this person,
tamper with this person,
you understand the point. Why don't we have that
It's almost
level?
like when they even realize that you're Nigerian, that they feel they can do anything
to
because
you.
the government wouldn't come for you, and it's a sad development.
But let's get your thoughts quickly. Let's know what you think about this. The words of Peter Obi, I'll quote him again. He says, and I quote, "When we criminalize our people all the time, you don't expect to get the desired respect and valuing from other people." He says, this wouldn't have risen to a disturbing level if Nigerian and federal government had a high level for values of its citizens. So does that mean that as a country, the government doesn't have high value for its citizens? Big question. So let's go to our phone lines. I'll be giving out the SMS portal shortly. Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Andrew. I've been listening with Kenny Tech and I've been laughing. You know why I've been laughing?
Please tell us.
Because you can't build on it. There is hardly anybody building something on nothing. You can't build on nothing. Even as we call the radio and we talk, do we talk as a people? We don't talk as a people. I keep telling people that our problem is more of an elementary software problem. We have not come to a level of consciousness to even see ourselves as one. Do you think that foreigners don't know these things we do to ourselves here? And you want somebody to grab you? So we are not a people in the first place. So don't remove it from your mind. Forget we bear the name Nigeria. Are we really Nigerians in truth? When we talk about people settling in their own side, these people, we and them mentality and mantra, we talk on radio and quarrel every day. So what do you expect other people to do to such kind of person? When in yourself you have not, we don't any respect from anybody because we have not done anything even amongst ourselves to show that we are one people. Look at what people will say when government do. They are trying to do to Igbo, they are trying to do to Hausa, they are trying in any other country. Talk to their people like that, and they are not strikes in other countries.
Yes, I think they have. I think in other countries they have same issues. In Israel, for instance, there's a constant disagreement between Jews, Palestinians, it goes on and on. But still, the moment an outsider, the moment an Israeli or somebody from America
then it's like
goes outside,
forces.
It's almost like they don't have any feud at home. They ensure that they care for that person first before they get back to whatever they have internally.
Can you hear me out?
Yes.
The consumer is being tried in South Africa. So if you hear tried to shout, why will you try the consumer?
But we're not in South Africa, so we wouldn't know. But we know that there are also lots of talks. No, we know that there are also lots of talks from different corners about his trial. Some people are saying that it's a political witch hunt. Many have said it's a political witch hunt. Others have said that it's not.
we should understand that we're a terrible bunch. Let us accept it.
No, we're not terrible. We're not terrible. I disagree with that. Thank you very much. We're not terrible. I think, let me state this and make it very clear. Everything happening in Nigeria now, with it's what's happening in the US, it's what's happening
everywhere.
We have people they call rednecks. Like it's a name for a certain race of people abroad. And they have the Latinos, they have the Caucasians, they have the Samoans, they have the different. But all of these people have their own day-to-day cultural differences and disagreements and different views. But what we are saying now is when one American goes out and something happens somewhere, you see the urgency and how the government tries to ensure that every person outside is safe. That's what we're saying. Hello to the 95.1 FM.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Eric from Puta.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Charity, they say, begins at home. We have also created too much class in Nigeria. Class of the poor, class of the educated, class of the headsmen, class of so many things. So we base things now based on money. If a man who has money on him dies, it's a human being. If you are poor or illiterate and you die, nobody knows, nobody cares. People kill and kill and kill. Here, we are not able to unravel the killings. Herdsmen kill. Bandits kill. Cultists kill. In fact, we're just going until when you see people arguing on political line, tribal line. Even the other day, military personnel officer died, and they say, which tribe? To know whether it matters or it doesn't matter. So we have not really seen life as life or life as sacred. So that is why when people from other countries look at us, they say, in fact, if you just say you're a Nigerian, if they kill you, it means little or nothing to them. So government must try to reinvent and rediscover itself. And we must also have this consciousness. We really want as a nation, and then we will now know how we want to project ourselves among the community of nations. If we don't take care of our own here, we'll continue to be a laughing stock from the outside world. Let's do what is supposed to be done. See life as sacred, see it as meaningful, be conscious and aware of what is happening. If a poor man dies, it's life that is lost. If a rich man dies, it's a life that is lost. And then we protect ourselves here so that we can speak with one voice when it matters outside.
Right.
Thank you and have a nice day.
Much.
Right, thank you very
Hello.
much.
Hello.
You're welcome. Good afternoon.
This is Jude from Oyibo.
All right, Jude.
Talking about the killings in South Africa. You see, this government we have in Nigeria is too sentimental. Look at the girl that was about to be killed in Saudi Arabia. Federal government went into action. They were able to bring back that girl. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's because that girl is a Muslim.
I don't think it's proper to make that assertion. No. She's a Nigerian first. That's where you should look at it from. So you're part of the problem with how you're thinking now.
Now look at what's happening in South Africa. The people that are being killed are Igbos. They are all Igbos. Are you listening? Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yes, the people that are being killed in South Africa are all Igbos. Nobody is even talking about them.
I think it would be better for you to say many Igbos as against all Igbos, because we haven't been able to count every single person. No. We do not. You said, I don't think you've been to South Africa and you have documents to show that every single person who died is an Igbo person. So it is safer for you to say many Igbos or most of the people who are killed are Igbos. Then we can allow you continue on that ground.
Yeah, I cannot because of this say what. Listen, what
if you can't, no, you can't tell me that everybody that has been killed are Igbos. No, you don't know if I know somebody who was killed who lost his life who is not an Igbo.
I cannot tell lies because I'm on air. You understand?
Thank you very much. If you wouldn't want to construct your words properly, I will allow you to continue. Mind you, I could say I have someone who has lost his life in South Africa, and the person is a Yoruba. So you can't be telling me that everybody's Igbos. And I'm trying to make you understand that it's better you say most people or many people who die are Igbos as against everyone who has died. Are you telling me over the 127 person who dies or who died, all of them are Igbos? I will disagree. I just told you that I know one who is not Igbo. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes, depending on the line.
Go ahead.
It's just a value system. Now, if I ask you now, those that were your classmates that are poor, you will know that it has been long when you call them. It's only those that within your class that you romance it. So it's applicable to all Nigerians. Those ones that are poor, we don't want to remember them. We always want to be seen around with those that are doing well. So the government does the replica of this. Every Nigerian man in charge of government is a Nigerian. So the same mentality in everyone. If you ask everyone on the street, those ones that are doing well, when did they remember those that are poor that were their friends yesterday? They will tell you, leave those ones. Even if they die, they don't go. The burials that, if you attend a rich man burial in this country, you know what I'm telling you. When a poor man dies in your village, nobody goes home. And when a former commissioner dies, you see everybody in that community will want to go home for that man burial. So that is what is happening in this country. We have to change our mentality and carry everybody along, so that those ones that are with us, who will head government, will also carry everyone along. I think it's not you can ascribe the blame to one person. Every Nigerian has that mentality. Don't remember those that are downtrodden among us. We only want to be seen among those that are doing well. And that is why everybody's crazy. Let's make it at all costs.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. All right, the lines are still very open. You can call us up on 0817-000-0951 or 0810-951-0951. You can also send in a text message, okay? Send your SMSs to 0701-933-9962. How valuable does the government look at a Nigerian citizen, or how valuable is a Nigerian citizen to the government? Hello, Today 95.1 FM.
Hello?
You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Abraham Nelson.
Okay, go ahead, Abraham Nelson.
I think that a government that really cares for its people will not allow its country to be the capital of world poverty. That's number one. Number two, a government that truly cares for the well-being of its people will not allow insecurity in its own country to degenerate to a point where in a day 20 persons, 30 persons will be killed without a proper investigation. That's number two. Number three, I think that a government that truly cares for the well-being of its citizens, I'm not even talking about those abroad, those inside its own country, will invest massively in education, infrastructure, and make everything be okay for its citizens so that they will not have that urge to travel abroad, to go and invest there, to go and work there and be dying as if they don't have a country. The reason why most of our people travel abroad is because their country is not conducive enough for them. Look at everywhere. There is unemployment. People are coming out from school. They don't have jobs. People don't have a good means of livelihood. How would you reach your government? How can you say this government cares for its people? So Nigerians travel abroad to where they think they can find greener pasture to make them live proper. So the government should really wake up from its slumber. It has been too long. The people have been dying. They should wake up and act like a government, because right now they are not acting like a government. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello. Good afternoon. What's that call? All right. The SMS portal is quite open, so we'd like to hear from you. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0701-933-9962. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Eze from Eche.
Okay, Eze.
Yes, you see, one of your callers was saying something. What that guy was saying was actually the truth and nothing but the truth. Majority of the people that are being killed in South Africa are Igbos.
Thank you for... No, he said all of the people. That was why we had to correct him.
So I want to put it correct now. Majority are Igbos. And Nigerian government It's not doing anything towards that. Every day, Igbos are being killed in South Africa. Yes, you understand? But if it happens to Hausa man or, a northerner in Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates, wherever, you see federal government, they will find out why. And they will always intervene. So when it happens to people from this area, the Igbos particularly, nobody is talking about it. That is the kind of government we will find ourselves in this Buhari government. I don't know when this sentiment will end, except if Buhari...
But you think you're also aware that the killings of Nigerians in diaspora is not peculiar to this government?
Other governments have been intervening. But this Buhari government, when it concerns Igbos, he's not always talking. He doesn't talk about them. Look at what's happening in Obibo. Many people were arrested at Concom. No federal government has never sympathized with the people. But look at what happened in Katsina State or Kaduna State, where is this Sokoto State that about 37 people were killed. Federal government immediately felicitated with
when you say federal government, who do you mean? Because the Senate is part of the federal government.
Aso Rock. I'm talking about Aso Rock. Federal government, Aso Rock. And that's what I'm talking about. Whenever it happens to Igbos or Southerners from this area, they don't talk about it. That is sentiment. This government has divided Nigeria, and I don't think anybody, this country will ever go back to where it was before.
Your opinion and your thoughts. With regards to the situation in Concom, we know that the Senate also talked about it and set up a committee to go look into it and investigate the situation. And concerning the current case in South Africa, the Senate also have made some summons and have sent some messages to the South African government. Yes, the president has spoken about it, and none that has been made aware to me, so I can't comment on that angle because I don't think I have full information on that one. But I know that the Senate are currently alarmed at the situation and are doing what they can to tackle the problem. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Today95.1fm.
Yes. Your name?
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello.
All right, sorry, but I think we're having issues with the network there on your part. Hello, good afternoon. Today 95.1 FM.
Hello, good afternoon. Andrew. That's Andy. I call back from
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I want to talk about the killing of Nigeria in other countries. Our people used to say that they want proverb like that if head are doing itself like football, children will use it and play. The way our countries are going, that the thing that gives other people the spirit, the mind to use, to kill our people. Because they know, even though they kill them, nothing will happen. See our people, they're killing our people all over the country, around this Nigeria. Nothing is happening. Talk less outside country. They know that nothing will happen. That's why they are killing us. The other day, I was watching for television in South Africa. They used stone to stone a Nigerian guy to death in South Africa. But nothing. Our president will not talk. Our leaders will not talk. Our senators will not talk. What they will talk about their salary every month is too low. It's too poor for them. They should increase their salary. They will not talk about their brothers and sisters.
I think the Senate are talking about it, so it would be unfair to tackle.
Let them take action because the way they are talking is it's not this thing at all.
They are senators. They can. I think taking actions would be orders from the executive arm of government. But they as senators can make questions, make recommendations after their fact-finding mission and the rest of them.
But on my own distance, because they need to take it so serious because this is too much. It's not good at all. It's not good. That's my own contribution. Thank you. And God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
You're welcome.
This is Prince O, a.k.a. Truth is Bitter.
Okay, go ahead.
My dear brother, in respect of security in this country, if you can remember, when the House called the president, changed the whole service chiefs, and nothing happened. The rape call, changed the whole service chiefs, and nothing happened. The Nigeria call, changed the whole service chief, and nothing happened. Now, if a guy can abuse his father and call him an robber, an idiot, what do you expect another child outside to do when your own son, your biological son, cannot respect his father, not call him? The president trapped outside. He told you that Nigeria is fantastic, so corrupt. What he needed is the money. And if you can remember, whenever he traveled, You make an statement, even from your radio, people condemn it. It's not good to portray the image of Nigeria so bad whenever I travel. Now, Nigeria has been killed all over the world, and nobody's complaining. Mostly the Arab country. I watch in internet the Nigerians in Libya that are dying. One was asking that his own aim is to see his mother before his dying day. Up to today, nothing happened. You remember the Muslim girl that was arrested in Saudi Arabia? Immediately, I watched the photograph between Abakari and Mama Dawara taking photograph with that lady. The parents sent automatic orders, and that lady was released. Remember the one of 17 years old boy, a player, who went out to play football, and somebody carried him, and drug was found in his bag. That boy was beheaded, and nothing happened. Let me tell you the truth. The problem is that even the media, when we say something, he said, can you find somebody ask a question? Then went to roasted and told people, what did the president, the authority from Asorok, nobody made any comment. This country, as we're talking about, and when somebody's talking about one Nigeria, look at that person very well. Either his father or his mother or uncle is benefiting from this country called Nigeria. And that's why we are talking about one Nigeria. A true human being in this country know that there's no way goat and lion can dwell in a house. Never. It can never be. And you cannot give what you don't have. Please, my dear brother, the way forward to this country, Ambassador have written series of letters. Our people gave a parable that old men want to be at home and they go give birth at home. So when they say in can't make comment, what kind of solution do you want? The attention they get to this slogan, particularly the federal government, it is given to Ogoni, neither the problem of security in Nigeria. I am telling you by now, everyone is sleeping. Do you know before a woman can get up, carry bags and go to farm and collect cassava or anything, come back home. But right now, even going in a group, you are not safe. People we are going with rampage, killing people here and there in their farm, and nothing happened. The IG said more outcome, the president gave them more poison from the people, not to defend themselves. And the gun more from people. You have to talk about your people. In a station, I was hard that I got the dropping arm for Fulani henchmen. What happened to it? That Kaduna State government, 3 people, killing over 2,000 people in the southern Kaduna, and at the end, nothing happened. Nobody quoted that governor. It's very alarming. I'm ashamed to hear this country called Nigeria. Let this country be divided and never go this way.
Thank you very much. Hello to the 95.1 FM. All right, we'll start call. Let's take some text messages now before we continue with your phone calls.
Okay, Tony from the line says, good day, guys. For me, I've lost hope in this so-called lawless country, Nigeria. The major problem is that from the leadership, that is the presidents, governors, federal and state assemblies, local governments, they're all square pegs in round holes, and that they love their parties more than they love Nigeria. Secondly, the journalists are not also helping matters. When people try to express their views on radio, you people cut them off. How will the politicians change when you shoot the truth for them? Well, we cut people off when they speak, in wrong terms. Sam from Olime says, good afternoon, presenters. The problem we have in this country is that we don't value human life. Let me shock you by saying in 2013 or 2014, a security summit was held in one of the states. It was based on the rising cases of herders and farmers clashes and cattle rustling, discussions on how cattle will be protected, and somebody suggested in that summit that a tracker should be implanted on cattle to monitor them through satellite. I propose that a value should be placed on life of a Nigerian citizen. If a citizen dies as a result of government failure to protect him the government should be paid, the person or the family should be paid 5 million naira. And Ikemba says, ethnicity and religion is as far as Nigeria is concerned, will never allow for the protection of lives and property. So let everybody protect himself or herself. That message is from Ikemba Ohafia. You heard the man. Hello, Andrew. Good afternoon. In Nigeria, we don't value life, and we are so divided between ethnic, religious, and political lines. This has killed our sense of humane. Thousands of Nigerians are killed abroad, and nothing is done. We have used our hands to sell out our people. Where lives are valued less and are protected, lives are protected, whether in Nigeria or abroad. The government needs to step up its game to protect its people. Emeka from Rumule Mini. Well, Andrew, I also heard, or I read somewhere that some Nigerians living in South Africa actually put up other Nigerians to be killed. Like they actually set them up to be killed by South Africans.
Well,
I read that somewhere.
the situation it's really critical in the sense that if that is anything to go by, what will prompt them to have done that? If it wasn't to save their own business or themselves or one reason or the other. So it at the end still points down to the government ensuring that
And
they
even
hold,
Nigerians, the way
yes,
we place
and
value on
Nigerians
our
and how
own
we place values on
on
ourselves
life.
and how we carry how we actions that we portray, the kind of life we live when we are in another country. Also goes a long way to change the tides of things.
Okay, someone says, Andrew, please, can you, in all honesty, tell us the names of other people killed in SA that are not Igbo? Definitely, not everyone killed in South Africa.
I've told you, I know of one person who is the Yoruba person
killed.
that died. Over 127. That figure is even understated.
Singer Bruce says, Nigerians don't have value in their own country. Therefore, why would any other country value Nigerians outside our shores? The government has divided our citizens across tribal and religious divides such that some are above the law, while others are made to face the full wrath of the law, even with no crimes. Proscribing IPOB, a terrorist group, is a typical example why headsmen are left to continue their dastardly acts without persecution. That message was from Singer Bruce. And ID from Abua says, you, Mr. Kala, not Kala, it's Andrew, is doing a great disservice to we callers. If you try to correct the person and the person is not in line with you, you stop the caller. Well, that's what we do.
How is that a disservice? You just said, if I'm trying to correct you so that you don't speak out of terms and you refuse, I can't allow you go on speaking out of terms and misinforming other people. Or you can't. What you are saying might even be inciting
people and
incite certain people.
And,
so we would have to cut you off. That's how.
Ifeanyi in Port Harcourt says, Andrew, good afternoon. The Nigerian government doesn't care about the citizens. Look at the figure you just mentioned. How many Nigerians that has been killed in South Africa? The president is supposed to issue a strong statement concerning this matter, but our president doesn't care, and he never protects the lives of the citizens here in Nigeria. Talk more about the people who are outside the country. They value cows more than the lives of humans. What a pity. David Ibiyoime Maxwell says, from River State University, says the solution is for the government to become responsible to all the citizens and accountable to them also. Also, nationhood should become our common value across all shores of the country. That is, any Nigerian should be able to vote and be voted for anywhere in Nigeria. And another one says, since I noticed that Lawson is an APC member, I don't think he's okay. I'm not going to read that. And the last one from Joshua says, Nigeria doesn't appreciate our citizens in the diaspora. More so, our foreign policy is laughable because it does not state protection on our peoples. Those are the messages we have for now.
All right, let's take a few more calls before we wrap up on the show. All right, we have less than 6 minutes to be exact. 5 minutes and 7 seconds left on the show. Well, let's know what your thoughts are. In the words of Peter Obi, do we value lives of our people in Nigeria and those in diaspora as well? Hello to the 95.1 FM.
Andrew.
Lawson.
Yes, first and foremost, I am not a senator. I am not an APC man.
We know that was why. We know that was why we didn't take that message. Thank you.
There are some PDP leaders that I like the Cross River State Governor. He's somebody I like. The Bayelsa State Governor. I mean, even the River State Governor, he's not the insecure. There are some PDP people, leaders that I like, and there are some APC leaders that I like.
Lawson, go ahead.
Please, now see, we most times in Nigerians, every little thing with these divisive tendencies that we always try to carry out. It was not for nothing that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, even during the civil war as it was raging, he kept saying one Nigeria, a respected Nigerian leader all over the world, a wonderful politician. Yeah, it was not for nothing that he was saying that. You understand? A lot of people who don't understand anything, they always talk of break up. They don't even know anything. Now, Nigerians, we need to change our character. Our character has to change. The reason why we are treated the way we are treated abroad is our character. Most of them that you see that traveled out didn't even travel legally. People don't even know. There is no document to show that they are out of the country. Because we are always searching for greener pasture. We think greener pasture lies somewhere
in Europe, in America. We are even going.
Isn't that because we don't have perhaps enough to accommodate the large population we have here in the country, or what we have isn't even properly harnessed? That's why people have to look at. For instance, Mexicans move to America. A lot of them move into America because they feel that's where they can get greener pasture.
Good. Now the Mexicans, you understand, that moves to America, you understand, they are going to America with skills to work. Now the South Africans have made it clear that, see, we don't want Nigerians to come and take over small jobs. Leave the small jobs for. Do you know the amount of Nigerians in South Africa?
But Mexicans carry out small jobs as well in the United States. In fact, people from Venezuela are leaving Venezuela, going to other neighboring countries, Colombia and the rest of them, to try and make ends meet. Migration is a natural thing. It must happen. Does it give anybody a right to begin to kill people?
No. Now, these people, when you also look at it, there are cases where the government has stepped in heavily. South African police officers have been jailed. Go and check the records. When people say the Nigerian government is not, meeting was even held when Jacob Zuma was president. Meeting was held with him, Godfrey Oyema. He kept to South Africa. Most of them, when they are found guilty, the South Africans, they sent to jail. But even Ghana, they keep talking about their businesses. Nigerians coming to take over their business. See, Indonesia, when you reach, even from the airport, they say if you carry drugs, it is death penalty. Yes, Nigerians still go and carry drugs in Indonesia. You understand? It's our character, the way we want to make money the easy way. We're always looking for the easy way out, and we turn around to blame government. Is that what people are saying? Seriously? We blame government for our wrong decisions?
All right, Lawson, just hold on. Stay on the line, Lawson. Stay on the line. Well, we have to wrap things up at this point. We really can't take too much. We had to get Lawson off the show because of the time is running out. Few seconds left on the show. But thank you very much for your calls and your text messages. It's been very kind of you to have stayed tuned and contributed in the manner that you have. We have two messages. Okay, let's see if we can just accommodate those two in a few seconds before we go.
Okay, this one says successive government has done almost nothing to improve our image abroad. And once traveled to Singapore, and at point of entry, once they cited my passport, I was detained. Wow, that's someone. This one says, Andrew, is it South African government that's killing Nigerians there or their citizens? Why are we saying something we do not know?
I think you should understand that it goes together. All right, it's not the Nigerian government that is killing people in Nigeria, but it is the Nigerian government you are calling whenever someone dies.
Yes.
So you should understand the how it works. They are South Africans doing this, but then their government is supposed to ensure that these things don't happen. That is why you call the government. That is why you put the blame most of the times on the government. Well, thank you very much for your time. We have to go now for the news update. Bolu, thank you for the messages.
Thank you very
Chiwendu,
much.
thank you for being here in the studio with us. And my name is Ifeimi Andrew. Have a lovely afternoon.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Ifeimi Andrew. A bill to ban street trading, illegal market and motor parks has been presented at the River State House of Assembly by the state government. Majority Leader of the House, Martin Amaehule, who presented the executive bill, said when passed, the Rivers State street trading, illegal market and motor parks prohibition will become law, and it is in an effort to return Rivers State to its garden city status. Speaker of the House, Ikunyo Owaji Igbani, said the bill is designed to prohibit all forms of street trading for the purpose of sanity in the state.
Markets and Motor Park Prohibition Bill 2019. First reading taken.
Our correspondent reports the plenary was adjourned till Wednesday this week. And the Supreme Court has rejected a request by the All Progressives Congress APC for it to review its last judgment in which it voided the participation of its candidates in the last elections in Zamfara State. A five-man panel of the court, led by Justice Olabode Rhodes Vivor, in a ruling, struck out the application filed by the APC seeking a review of the judgment. The court rejected efforts by the lawyer to the APC, Robert Clark Hassan, to take a second look at the decision given earlier this year. Counsel to the People's Democratic Party, Benson Igbanoy, told newsmen outside the courtroom that the application of the APC was an affront on the Supreme Court.
A position that it is indeed an insult to the highest court of the land to bring such an application before them in an appeal they had decided finally. Like they have always said, the Supreme Court is not infallible because they are final, but they are final and therefore they are infallible. So they have reinstated that point, as they have always done over and over again. They remain the final court of the land, and their decision on Zamfara case is final, and that is the end of it. No person can go and wake it up like they were trying to do.
On his part, counsel to the APC, Robert Clark, said the party will return to the Supreme Court since the application was only struck out and not dismissed.
I have come to the court to challenge not the judgment delivered by the court, but the consequential orders which the court claimed followed the judgment. And our view is that the consequential order did not follow the judgment because the court was functious official at that time and they lacked jurisdiction. However, our attention has been drawn that there are 5 judgments that were written and we only produced one of the 5. And therefore, it does not fall within their rules to listen to us. So the matter was never taken on its merits. What the court says is that we have not tidied ourselves up properly. According to their rules, we need to produce all the 5 judgments, not only the lead judgment. We have taken a cue from that. We will go back to the drawing board again, and since the matter was only struck out, it was never taken on its merits. We will come back.
And now the senator-elect representing Imo North District, Senator Benjamin Owajumogu, has staged the protest to the headquarters of INEC, demanding the immediate release of a certificate of return being withheld by the commission. Owajumogu had secured an order of a federal high court sitting in Abuja directing the commission to release the certificate of return, but 3 weeks after the judgment, INEC was yet to comply with the judgment. INEC had refused to give the senator a certificate of return on the excuse that he was wrongly declared winner of the election, saying it has set up a committee to investigate the veracity of or otherwise of claims of misconduct during the election, a decision he challenged in court. Speaking to newsmen at the INEC office, the APC senator said he approached the Federal High Court as a law-abiding citizen and obtained a judgment instructing INEC to release the certificate of return, adding that till date, INEC was yet to obey the judgment. An inferno has engulfed a substation of the National Emergency Management Agency of the at the Federal Secretariat Abuja as protesting members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, also known as Shiite, goes violent. Reports say 2 vehicles of the agency have been consumed by fire after aggrieved Shiite members set the substation of Nema ablaze after the police disrupted the protest. The protest, which began from Night Hill Junction at Wuse Zone 2, was disrupted by armed policemen who cordoned off the road leading to the National Assembly and 3-armed zone. The Shiites are demanding the release of their leader, Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, who is being detained against court order. And on the foreign scene, Iran says it has detained 17 citizens accused of spying for the CIA, saying that some of them will be executed. The country's intelligence ministry said it had broken up a spying ring consisting of Iranian who were lured by a chance to move to the US and work there. The CIA has not yet responded to Iran's announcement. Iranian authorities arrested the alleged spies months ago, and many of them have been detained in prison, while some of the suspects have also been sentenced to death. And that's it on the news update for the hour. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
What a goal! Hangs it up for Ronaldo. Oh, my God!
Experience the glorious goals rush. The heated verbal jabs and even moments of madness. Experience the sensational swings, strokes and shots. The moments of victory and despair. Experience lights out on a majestic night in Singapore and a whole lot more.
On your premium talk news and sports radio station.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Listen to Sports Attack every weekday from 7:30 a.m. and Today Sports Live after the news update at 3 p.m. Stay tuned on Saturdays and Sundays for a bumper edition of Today Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. Experience sports in its entirety on your premium talk news and sports radio station. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.